Hey guys, so I am doing another missing persons case today. It's been a while since I've done one. The last one I did I will have linked down below because they're very difficult to go through, but I really want to do more cases like this to spread more awareness about these missing people. Today we are talking about Bianca Lebron. She was born on June 26th in 1991, and she had dark brown hair and hazel eyes. She was 4'11" and 115 pounds, and she was Hispanic when she went missing. Bianca has a very small mole on her forehead, and she was last seen wearing beige pants, a green shirt, black boots, and a dark blue jean jacket. So Bianca was last seen on November 7th in 2001, and Bianca was 10 years old. She was waiting outside her school, so at her school the students would line up and wait outside to go in, and Bianca was chilling with her friend. A brown or tan van came up to them, and Bianca said it was her uncle and he was going to take her shopping, and she invited her friends to come along and they didn't. So she then told her teacher, there was a teacher waiting outside with them, she told the teacher she was going to go talk to her uncle really quick, and she was like, okay. So she left and ended up getting in the van, and that was the last time anyone saw her. The suspect in the van, he didn't try to hide his face or anything at all. Like, they got a very clear description of him. He was said to be a Hispanic male, reported to be in his 20s. He was 5'8" to 5'6", medium build, light medium brown skin, curly brown hair, and long sideburns that framed his face and went all the way to his chin. Some reports said he had a beard, some didn't. He also had 3 scratches on the side of his face. He was wearing a blue Gap shirt and blue jeans that had an image of Fat Albert on the right rear pocket, and was also wearing brown work boots. So because they saw his whole outfit, we think maybe he got out of the van for some reason, but Bianca got in the van, told her friend that it was her uncle, and that he was going to take her shopping for the day. The problem with this is Bianca doesn't have an uncle. Bianca lives with her mother, Carmela Torres, and stepfather, Angelo Garcia. Her biological father was Roberto Lebron, and he was not living with them. He had another family. Her mom only had sisters, so she had a bunch of aunts, but she didn't have any uncles. And Bianca was described as being, she was very outgoing, she was very friendly, and really good at school. She was a good student, and she wasn't known to skip school or anything, so it was very out of character for her to not be at school. A big problem with this case is it was out of character for her to not be at school, yet her teacher just like marked it absent, and they didn't, the school didn't contact her family and be like, Bianca's not here. But at the same time, the teacher, she told the teacher she was going with her uncle, and the teacher watched her get in the van. So I could kind of see why, but at the same time they should have. If Bianca's parents did not call and tell the school ahead of time, hey, my daughter is not going to be in school today, and then she just, like, she came to school and was prepared for school, and then said she, like, they were waiting outside to go into the building. So why would she go to school, be like at school, ready to learn, and then all of a sudden say, oh, my uncle's taking me shopping, and no one was confused about that. The man came at 8:30 a.m., so it was while they were waiting at school. It was before they actually went into the building. As well as not having an uncle, her family didn't know anyone who had a van that fit the description of the van that picked her up. So the van, it was an older model. It was a two-tone tan and brown, and it had tinted windows and a chrome trim. The teacher that she talked to ended up being suspended without pay after it was learned that she told them she was going to go talk to her uncle, and then they just kind of marked her absent. Her family, they didn't notice that she was even missing until 4:30 p.m. So she left at 8:30 a.m. and it wasn't until 4:30 p.m. where her family realized she wasn't even there. And at first they weren't too concerned because she had a history of like going to friends' houses and not telling her family. There was a time where she was missing for like a night, and it turned out she was just at a friend's house, or she'd go to like other family members' houses. You know, it wasn't out of the ordinary for her to just go to someone else's house and forget to tell her family where she is. But by 8:30, her family did start to get more concerned because she was not coming home and they haven't heard from her. And they ended up reporting her missing at 10:24 p.m. And I read that the police were pretty much right on top of things. Like right away they were looking all over the place. They it was an immediate nationwide search. Flyers were put up right away. And at her school there was a bunch of like ribbons put up for awareness for her, yellow ribbons. She was also featured in several shows and newspapers. So her family believes that she is still alive, but her family does believe that she's still alive, but her mother did file her, or declared her legally dead so she could sue the school and the county for a wrongful death. And from this, the family got paid $750,000 as a settlement. But even though she was legally declared dead, her family does believe that she is still alive. And this has caused some tension. There's a lot of theories online that a lot of people online are like, why would you declare them dead if you think they're alive? Like that doesn't fit. But I can kind of see wanting to take some like legal action and be like you let my daughter leave school property with an unidentified person, and you know, and then needing more money to like fund searches for Bianca. I can see why they did that. Her family are also not suspects at all. They were checked out right away, and they are not suspects in the case. Who is a suspect though is 20-year-old Jason Gonzalez. Is the name he goes by now, but legally is Jason Lara. In 2002, the police wanted to question him because he resembled the sketch of the suspect, of the man in the van, very, very closely. And then he also had access to a very similar van that was described to be the one that picked up Bianca. He had a friend who had the same kind of van, so he had access to the vehicle, and he looked just like the sketch. He lived in Bridgeport at the time, but about a month after Bianca disappeared, he moved away, so that's kind of sketch. So here's how Jason even fits into this picture. So Bianca's great uncle, so like a grandparent kind of situation, but uncle, was dating Jason's mother. So that's how Bianca and Jason kind of knew each other, or they were aware of each other. There were claims that Jason, a 20-year-old, was actually dating Bianca, who was 10, and there were reports that people have actually seen them like kiss and stuff, which he's 20, she's 10. But at the time of Bianca's disappearance, Jason did have a fiance and a son, and his fiance, they aren't together anymore, but at the time his fiance said there's no way Jason and Bianca were together, because every time Jason was with Bianca, his fiance was also with them, that the Jason and Bianca were never alone. There was always someone else with them, and that she doesn't think Jason would done anything. Because of these accusations, there's been kind of like a rift between two families, between Bianca's family and Jason's family, because they're both kind of, Bianca's family is kind of accusing Jason, and Jason's family is trying to defend him. So he moved right after her disappearance, so the police couldn't locate him until 2003. He was located in Florida. So this happened in Connecticut, and he moved to Florida. When they found him in Florida, he was actually dating a 53-year-old who actually told the police that if anything happened to her, it was because of Jason. Like, he should be the first person you look into. So that's not really something you want your significant other to say about you, but she said that she felt that Jason was totally capable of violence, and that there were rumors around where they were living that Jason was actually wanting a younger girlfriend, so that he may have been out looking for a younger girlfriend. Jason ended up being arrested for unrelated charges to the disappearance, but this let the police hold him and question him for Bianca's disappearance, which he claimed he had nothing to do with. He hardly knew Bianca. He wasn't involved in her disappearance at all. They said that he was uncooperative with the police, and that he said he had an alibi for that night, but I couldn't find what his alibi was, so I don't know if it was a reliable alibi or if he just said something like, oh, I was home with my fiance or with my mom or someone, and they're like, yeah. Like, I don't know if they actually looked. I couldn't find what his alibi was. In 2011, Jason was arrested for burglary, and before this, before even these two arrests, he already had a long criminal history. In 1998, he carjacked two elderly women, so this put him in jail, and he got out early in November of 2001, which was the same time as when Bianca went missing. So he showed violence, he got in jail, and then it just conveniently got out right when Bianca went missing. So that's... In July of 2009, the police got a tip that Bianca was buried in the west end of the Seaside Park, so the police dug it up and they didn't find anything. Also got a tip that Bianca was seen in New Mexico. There was a chat room. Someone said they saw a picture of her in New Mexico, or picture of her taken of her in New Mexico or something like that, and they followed it up. It didn't lead to anything. Her family still lived in the same house that they were in when she went missing, and this was sad. I found out they still have the Christmas presents they were going to give her that year. They still have them for when she comes home, so they can give them to her. So that her family claimed that for the first 3 months, everyone was go. Everyone was working hard, but they felt like after 3 months, everything kind of died down. They weren't getting as much help from the community. They weren't getting, there weren't any more updates or leads or anything, and it seemed like everyone kind of forgot about her. And some people blame this on the fact that she was Hispanic, and that's why it kind of died down a little bit, and that her case wasn't getting enough recognition and work and stuff. In 2011, police detective John Burke was put on this case. The case was still open, but he was put in charge of it. And they still follow up on the little leads they get, but so far nothing has led up to anything. And Detective Burke said that when he was put on a case, there were 50 cardboard boxes of just information, of documents and notes and leads and everything that has to do with the case. There were 50 cardboard boxes of that. He also has above his desk, the boards with strings attaching everything. He has one of those for Bianca's case, like a whole printout of her family tree and all the suspects and who was where on what day. And he said that they work with the National Center for Missing and Exploited Children, so any tips that they get are sent to Detective Burke, and he then follows up on them. The reward for any information and for her return has been bumped up to, is currently at $64,000. Bianca's mom says that she can still see Bianca on the last day she saw her. She was sitting at the counter. Her mom was, I think, making breakfast or lunch for the kids or something. And she could see Bianca in her clothes that she wore that day. The beige pants, green shirt, and black boots. And she says she really remembers the jean jacket really well. Bianca was sitting at the counter waiting for her sister and cousins so all of them could walk to school as they did every day. They would walk to and from school with each other. Roberto Lebron, her biological father, has moved to Florida with his own family, and he said because of Bianca's disappearance, his 3 kids now live kind of a sheltered life. He drives them to school, escorts them into the building, and then picks them up from school. He hardly lets them go anywhere, and if they do go somewhere, he is with them, or someone he trusts very well is with them. And because he said he is so scared about what happened with Bianca, he doesn't want it to happen to another one of his children. Anyone with information is urged to call Detective John Burke at 203-581-5183. That's 203-581-5183. So that's all I have on this case, and if I missed anything or got anything wrong, please comment below so I can pin those comments so people are aware. Also share this video so word gets out about her. I hope you liked this video, which is weird to say. Again, please share this video so word gets out about her. Tweet about it, Instagram, share this video, Facebook, yeah. But if you did like this video, thumbs up would be cool. Subscribe for more. Comment below any other cases or videos in general you'd want to see from me. And with that, thank you so much for watching, and I hope you have a lovely day.